Chris Tremaine.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Can I begin by expressing my personal condolences and those of the Napier and Wairau community to the family of the SAS soldier that was killed in Afghanistan in the last day, and say that our thoughts are with the family at this point in time. Mr Speaker, I'm very proud of what's currently happening across this country. Last night I watched my hometown of Napier host yet another stunning Rugby World Cup game between Canada and Japan at McLean Park. Unfortunately a draw, but yet another addition to the games that are proliferating around the country and adding a range of excitement. My province has embraced the Cup, and all up and down the country it's absolutely fantastic to see. And while I often don't like to put accolades onto the Auckland community, I've got to say at this point in time, Mr Speaker, they are taking the cake in terms of their support for the tournament. I was fortunate to be up there last weekend and to walk some of the fan walk down through Bond Street and over to the All Black game against the French, and to see the way that community was inspired by the tournament. Down Bond Street, parties in every second house, rear projection cinema, as people sitting on the street watching the pre-game roll out. Absolutely fantastic. And a particular congratulations to the Pacific Island community up there, who, like no others in this country, have embraced the tournament with multiple flags on the top of their cars and doing an absolutely wonderful job, I'd have to say. Mr Speaker, the Rugby World Cup is highlighting all the wonderful parts of this country. It's doing an absolutely stunning job. And at the same time that we are celebrating the Rugby World Cup, we've heard today from the Minister of Finance about the numerous other nations around the globe that are facing serious difficulties. Now, I don't want to make light of New Zealand's situation by any means. We still undoubtedly face pretty tough times. But by comparison to just about any other nation on the globe, this country is doing pretty damn well. And I'm proud to hear that. And just to repeat some of those stats, just briefly, of what we inherited as a government: mortgage rates at 10.5%. Just think about that. Mortgage rates at 10.5% in 2008. The average family that has a mortgage is facing interest costs of under $200 less a week now than they were 3 years ago. Absolutely fantastic. We inherited an economy that had a negative growth for three to four quarters in a row, and we're already in recession coming in here. One of the most frightening statistics that hasn't been rolled out today is that there were no net new jobs in the productive sector since 2004. That's right. None. That all happened in the government sector and in the services sector. And that, Mr Speaker, regardless of the spin, is no way to grow an economy. Now, as we head into the election, the facts are these. The economy has grown slowly, but it has grown. At 1% in the first 2 quarters of this year. 8 quarters out of 9 since we've been in government, we've seen growth. Interest rates, as I've said, is at a 45-year low. Unemployment falling, albeit we'd like to see it falling faster. But as the Prime Minister said today, in 2011, the total jobs in this country are more than the total jobs that were in this country in 2008. That is a fact. The economy is growing, and this government at the tiller is making a difference. But it's not the government that actually makes the overall difference. It is employers out there who have put their shoulder to the grindstone through these difficult periods and have delivered security and jobs, wages to our people, and I want to thank them entirely. Mr Speaker, all of us would like to see these statistics being painted in an even rosier light, but they are the facts. Relative to other countries, our future looks exceptionally bright. And while the government has played a steady hand at the tiller, but the position that we find ourselves in is, like I say, due to the hard work of employers around this country. Meanwhile, instead of focusing on the issues that matter, the Labor Party across the House, with its ever-decreasing circle of supporters, continue, unfortunately, to grovel in the sewer. And I want to take up Mr Coleman's point, because I was gobsmacked this week when Darian Fenton commented about one of this country's greatest New Zealanders, a large employer and someone who has supported people who have been in difficult situations. I thought that was appalling.